Hey there friends, Nibs again. Out here in the garage doing a little bit of goofing around tonight. And I have a review to do for you guys. And the good folks over at Feyachi actually got a hold of me and gave me a list of stuff to look at and asked me to pick a product. And this is one that I really could use and put to use. So what we have here is their V30 red dot. And it is a tube type, and it actually has a low and a high-rise mount. I've already had this out of the case and been testing it a little bit. One of the features that it has is actually sleep mode and shake awake. And I've seen a couple other reviews where people say that the shake or the sleep mode doesn't work. And I'm not saying that they're wrong or whatever, but I wanted to test it for myself. So yesterday I set it up. I actually set it up on my dresser, and I was watching some TV in bed, and I had a timer going. And the first time I tried it, it was almost to an hour, and one of my dogs jumped off the bed. Never touched the dresser, but it shook the floor enough that that thing reset, so it didn't go off at the hour. But the next time the dogs were asleep and it did shut off, and I did it 2 more times and it did shut off both times when nobody shook the floor. So they are very sensitive, and it doesn't take much of a tremor at all. I think even a little bit of wind making your house jitter just a little bit would probably be enough to to set it to restart. I know one guy said he had put his gun in his safe, so I would think there would be no movement there at all, but comes in this really nice hard plastic case. So anyway, I said all that about the shake awake, that it is very sensitive. Any movement at all will make it turn back on again. So when you're not actually going to be using this, you're going to be putting it into your safe or your gun cabinet or however you store your guns, I just recommend physically turning it off, and don't rely on that sleep mode, and then you won't end up with a dead battery and be disappointed when you take it out the next time to go play with out at the range or whatever you're going to do with the gun. So but anyway, comes in this really nice hard case. It's the first optic. Even I've gotten more high-end ones than this, and they all come in cardboard boxes, so that's a real nice feature. But I'll bring you down to the tabletop for a minute. We'll bring this out of the box here. We'll see what we get. So the first thing we got here is some nice little flip-up covers, which is a really nice addition. Most of these, well, I've only got one other one of these, and it's actually a lot more expensive than this one, and it did not come with a flip-up cap, so that's pretty nice. So my intention for this is, at least for starters, to mount it up on this Diana Chaser carbine that I got. I do have a traditional red dot on there, and that's a little bit too low for this cheek weld that you get here, so I'm going to put it on there. This is the high-rise mount. Raises it up about an extra 3/4 of an inch or so. I think the book says 0.83, more than the low-rise mount. Let's see what else we got here. We've got the little packet with some goodies in it. It's got an Allen wrench for mounting it up, some extra screws. I'm not sure what the small Allen wrench is for. Or this is actually a Torx for mounting it. I bet you this small Allen wrench is for taking the mounts on and off. Okay, it does come with a full instruction set. Really nice egg crate padded foam in there. It comes with a lens cleaning kit. But let's get into the actual optic itself, because it really is a good looking device. A lot of these are got a lot of plastic on them. This one has very little plastic. Let's got rubber on the buttons, but rest of it's all aluminum, machined aluminum. I really like the look of it. One thing that this has got that is very, I won't be able to pick it up there, but on the front lens here it has a glare diffuser, which I have a couple of high-end scopes that have those on there, and they really work good. So if you've got sun coming in at an angle, that'll deflect the sun and keep it from hitting that front lens and causing glare on the lens. And they really do work well. I've got a couple, like I said, I've got a couple of high-end target scopes that have that on there, and they really work well. So your batteries under this large cover here, a CR2032, and it does come with one already installed in the holder, and it does come with a spare, which is nice. Some of them come with only one. So now the adjustment screws are really nice. These caps actually have a little screwdriver head built into them, and this is a really cool feature on this one that a lot of them don't. A lot of the ones that I've seen don't have. So you can take that cap and flip it over, and you can make your adjustments with that. So you don't need to. I mean, I always have a Leatherman with me anyway with straight blades on it, but that. So let me see here. I guess I'm not gonna be able to get that. There it is. So it has a 2 MOA red dot, which is really nice, very fine. A lot of the ones you see are 3 MOA, and this one is 2 MOA. So like some of the other high-end ones that I've had on the channel already, the 2 MOA really helps a lot when you're shooting, especially close up, because that dot will obscure the whole obscure the whole target when you're close up if you've got a bigger than 2 MOA. But there you go. Let me bring you up. So I'm going to mount this up on that gun there. I'm not going to do that on camera, but I'll get that one mounted up, and we'll take a couple of shots here with it and see how good it does. Stand by. Alrighty, friends, I'm back, and I really like the way this looks on there. That is a really good look for this little carbine. I'll show you the other side here. Mounted up nice. I did have to use, so it is a Picatinny rail mount that it comes with, and the chaser has a 11mm dovetail, so I did have to use one of those little adapter that I've showed you guys these on the channel before, but basically it's a little adapter that snaps into the Picatinny rail and then allows that to slide on there. I did have some problems with the other one of these that I have, a different brand. This little clamp right here isn't nearly as wide on that one, and it really didn't give me a firm grip on that adapter. This one's much more stable, much more firm grip on there, so I really like the way that mounted up. I did put the little covers on there. Those are going to be nice to protect the optic. It's not cheap. It's not the most expensive one out there, but it is not an inexpensive. I think they were in the $85 range roughly as of this filming. This will air for Amazon Prime days in July, and they will be up to 20% off. They're not sure exactly how much, but there should be a pretty good discount during that sale. So, but I have a splatterburst across the garage here set up. We'll do a group on that one, and then more importantly, we need to find out if this thing can plink. So I've got a couple of mags loaded up with Crossman Premier hollow points. We'll shoot the first one at the splatterburst, and then we'll see if we can knock down some steel targets. I do have this set at almost the lowest brightness setting, and it's more than enough for out here in the garage. When I first turned it on, I was looking at it, looking out the window, and it didn't look that bright, but out here in the garage it's a little bit more subdued, and it was really too bright for working out here. So I did spend a little bit of time getting it kind of zeroed. I don't expect it to be perfect right at the moment, but not bad. It's 3, 4. So again, I'm only shooting 7 yards here. A foot under. It's 5, 6, 7. So other, oh, I forget how many of these little magazines hold. So it's 7 rounds in the magazine. So other than the first one, they all went into one ragged hole. So all right, let's see what we can plink here. I'm going to hit the ram first, take the easy one out first. Hopefully don't take anybody else out with them. All right, let's hit the turkey. That's pretty easy. Chicken. Oh, that's funny. The pellet ricocheted off the chicken and up into the bell. All right, let's hit the shotgun shell. I think it went right through it. Let's get the pig. All right, that was 5 shots. Let me hit that shotgun shell one more time for good measure. That was definitely a good hit there. All right, last shot. Ring the bell. That's a fun target. But there you go. And like I said, I did test the Shake Awake. I would not rely on it as a rule because they are very sensitive in any kind of movement. I would think if your safe is sitting on a floor where somebody could walk by it and that thing could wiggle a little bit, it might end up keeping it awake. So real easy to turn it off, turn it right back on again, and it's ready to go. It will turn back on at the brightness setting you had it set at before. So and like I said, you won't be disappointed when you go to use it the next time and the battery's empty or drained on it. I use these little caps to zero this in, and it really did a great job. So great job, Feyachi. This is a really good piece. So if you go to my Amazon storefront link down below in the description, look under Airgun Optics. I do have this listed in there, and you can buy it through my storefront, and I will get a little commission on that as well. So anyway, hope you liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.